Hey, Moon Magic Super Souls, welcome to today's readings because it is a Sunday. I am today asking for an immediate message for you. We're finding out what Spirit wishes to let you know about right here and right now. And we will also check out, if it feels appropriate, we'll check out the week ahead as well and just see whatever comes through for you. We have three beautiful cards ready for you, and I'm going to draw a rune and a charm as well. Beautiful souls, welcome. Welcome back if you are returning. Welcome if you are new. Thank you so much for being here. Now let's have a look at these cards first of all. So pile one, we have the card of Whale, Tenderness. This is for pile one. Really beautiful energy. Pile two, we have the Dolphin card, Atlantis. This is for pile two. And then for pile three, we have Cat, Speak Your Truth. This is pile three. Now, beautiful souls, you may already know from these cards which of the readings are speaking to you. Could be more than one, that often happens, but I'm going to draw a rune and a charm as well. Okay. So pile one, you have two runes, absolutely distinctly coming through. You have two runes. You have Awaz, the rune of movement, and you have Fehu, the rune of possessions. And your charm for pile one is an umbrella, more like a parasol than an umbrella actually. Looks much more like the kind of parasol that you would have to shade yourself, to sit under the shade on a sunny day, rather than one to shelter you from the rain. So let us get a little counter. I'll put that here for your charm. And you have your two runes sitting here as well. So I hope that that's really giving you that extra bit of information if you need it. Let's look at pile two. You have three runes, okay? You have Rado, the rune of journey. You have Tewaz, the rune of the spiritual warrior. You have Manaz, the rune of the self. And your charm, you have an anchor, very specifically an anchor in a circle. Okay, so let's make sure these are lined up for you. Pile three, you have two runes. You have Perth, the rune of initiation, and you also have Awaz, the rune of defense. Okay, initiation and defense. And get your counter out and your charm. You have Pegasus, the flying horse. That is your charm for pile three. Okay, cool. Okay, that's pretty cool. Right, beautiful souls. I am going to leave the camera running for a little bit longer, just in case you need a bit more time, just to tune in with your intuition, follow that gut feeling, see which of these readings is speaking to you. Could be more than one. And beautiful souls, I will see you in a moment in the readings. Pile one, welcome to your reading. You have Tenderness, the card of Whale. Show compassion and forgive what needs to be forgiven. Very interesting. With the rune of movement, I do see something gathering momentum, something moving forwards. And With the rune of possessions, of nourishment, of Fehu, this is a rune of sometimes unexpected, actually, surprises. I think somebody or something may surprise you. Tenderness, perhaps someone comes out of their shell, or someone says something, or perhaps you could even have been wronged by someone. Show compassion and forgive what needs to be forgiven. You may have been wronged by someone and been reticent or uncertain about moving forwards, and actually I think maybe they do come forwards and you are in a position to forgive. Interesting, I knocked this card, but the fact that I did, I feel it needs to be seen as well. So I'm just going to place this here. I think there is more from this pack, which there is. Let us take another from Archangel Michael. I'm loving the way these cards are kind of coming through, sort of one after the other, intermixed in this way. What is this telling us, I wonder? And then we have two coming in here from this pack as well. Let's look at your oracle cards first. We're asking for an immediate message from Spirit. First of all, we have Hiraeth, longing for home. I think that's how you pronounce it, Hiraeth. Longing for home, homesick for the stars. Right, I understand this completely. Okay, increase your knowledge. Education brings opportunities. Take a course, pick up a book, or find a mentor to teach you what you need to know. Breath of the cosmos, my will to thy will, micromanaging the universe. Yes, this is falling into place. And the key, take control of your thoughts. Your thoughts are creating your reality. Have faith and stay focused. We then have inner child. Okay, and then we also have solitude. Think of being alone as meaning you are all one and in total harmony with everything. The greatest treasures are those that will silently, yes, those that wait silently during your quiet moments, your quiet times. Now, let me move these along a little to make sure I think we can get everything into view. Okay, there is the most incredibly serene energy around you. It's really, really very gentle. I think you are in a place where you're realigning your energy completely. And almost as if there is a kind of transformation taking place, my dear ones. This is what's coming through. Now, with inner child, the fairies of playfulness remind you to make time to embrace your inner child. Playing keeps us young at heart. Do something silly and fun, but stay safe. Very interesting. Now, that has some resonance. When you see the tarot cards I'm using today, you will connect with this, I think. Now, you're in a very serene place. I think you are in a place where your personal energy is transforming. And I think you are fully aware of it as well. I think you have come through something and out the other side. I think you've been on a major learning curve. But the major learning curve is opening a new doorway for you. And it's almost as though instead of feeling as though you are needing shelter from the rain, it's almost as though you can begin to breathe again, you can begin to relax and start to almost, it would be like sitting under a beautiful umbrella or the shade of a tree. It's as if almost as if the universal energy around you is changing. I think some of you have truly connected with your star family as well. There's been something of a learning curve where I think you have begun to understand yourself as a being of light rather than just through your human form. And I think you are now sort of getting used to aligning with that energy. Very powerful reading, I need to say this is, my beautiful pile one. Very powerful. I literally think your primary message, the immediate message, is a message really from Source to say to you, look, you know who you are. You're coming home to yourself. And I think now it's as if you are needing to learn to navigate what it truly means to be a light being whilst also fundamentally being human at the same time. And this is, of course, absolutely connected to the elevation of human consciousness literally at this moment in time as we navigate the year of 2025 and beyond. This is a timeless reading. Whenever you come to it, the message will be relevant to you. If it's not resonating, then it may be that a different message is right for you. But this is your primary message. It's you are now in a space where you're needing to learn, because there's still learning to come. You've learned and remembered who you are. Now you are learning to navigate what it means to be this being of light within human form. So there are moments when I think, this is such a singular journey. Even though there may be people in your world with whom you can share this, there will be many who simply won't get it, because they're not in that zone as yet. But you are. It's very magical. Very, very magical. And there is a sereneness, a peacefulness, a gentleness here. I think you are beginning to feel very fulfilled at a level of soul. Even if your world is a bit still quite hectic, I think you are learning to be different in response to that. Now, Fehu is a rune that speaks of ambition satisfied. So it may be that I think some of your human ambitions are also going to come into form, because I think this serenity is opening doorways for you. It's the key to your capacity to be different and therefore manifest differently. But the energy around you is, I could sit in your energy all day long. It is blissful. Let's see what else we're shown with the tarot cards, and also see if we can get an indication of what's coming in the coming week for you. What's happening in the next 7 days. I'm seeing this. Actually seeing that one rather than those two. Maybe we have guidance, information. I'm seeing actually that one, or those two. Let's look at these first. See what else we are shown. So, 3 of Swords. Ooh, I feel like I can breathe out. I took a big gasp of air and I breathed out, and we have the Devil. Gosh, something or a period of time is behind you. Yeah, 5 of Swords. Look at this sort of stance of victory. Yeah, something is now behind you, hence the serenity. This could also, whatever is behind you, could also be your own state of mind with the King of Swords. It could be your emotional well-being with the Queen of Swords. It could be an actual circumstance around you, like people who've been treating you badly, literally where you've been stabbed in the back, it's over. With the 9 of Wands as well, it could feel as though there have been a series of testings, of hurdles that you've had to overcome. But this is marking the end of a cycle and the beginning of a new one. I feel like the memory, the knowledge of all of these kinds of things is still very present with you. The difference is that you are in a much more serene place in terms of the way you look at these things. I think you're ready to let them go. I think you are ready to compassionately forgive what needs to be forgiven. It doesn't mean you will choose to tolerate it or remain with it. I feel as though you are, and have been, again, processing human experience. And you're coming through and out the other side in a very different way. What I'm seeing this week is almost like a little bit of maybe, when something pops up into your mind, or someone pops into your mind from the past, and you're like, actually, I really don't want to dwell on that anymore. Actually, that person or that circumstance really wasn't okay. But hey, I'm not sitting in that energy anymore. I'm choosing a different world for myself. And so you're actively using your mind and your emotions, the combination of the two, to close things, to put things behind you, to step through and beyond stuff sort of once and for all. That's what I'm seeing happening this week. So quite a productive, I want to say psychologically and emotionally productive. This would be one of those weeks, if I put my therapy hat on, this would be one of those times when let's say we were working and we were working in a counselling way. This would be one of those weeks when I might sort of think of you in the week and sort of wonder how you're getting on. And then, you arrive the following week and so much, all the things that I've contemplated, or perhaps, I might have taken you to my counselling supervision and discussed that piece of work. And I have found this on countless times. It's like we take somebody to a supervision and we talk about that particular person, that case. I don't like to talk about people as cases because you're real people, or those that I work with. But, it's part and parcel of the journey that we gain assistance in processing something, and then you go back and you meet that person at the next session and they've done the work. It's like synchronistically everything is kind of intermingled, and energetically everything is working, and suddenly this huge corner has been turned. And that is what I feel. This is a week when you turn a corner in a really big way. And I think that combination of not allowing your emotions to get in the way, not allowing, or if your buttons are pressed, you don't allow yourself to be affected, and you don't allow your mind to navigate into the territory of stuff that's unhelpful. It's like you really do draw the line here. This is very significant because your world will be very different from henceforth, because your energy will be different. I'm going to draw just a few more cards, my beautiful souls. I think your reading is actually ever so clear as I see the week ahead. But I'd like to see kind of a little bit about the outcome, what comes from this. In fact, I'm going to use a different tarot pack here. And I'm tuning into the inner child card here. The fairies of playfulness remind you to make time to embrace your inner child. Playing keeps us young at heart. And these are such a fun pack of cards. But there is something about you, instead of in moments of space, your mind visits the stuff that you don't really want to visit anymore. Your mind starts to be playful. You enter a creative space. Let's see what comes from following this week of transformation. It's real transformation, though. This is real processing. Let's check in and see what comes from this. May we ask what comes from this? Okay. See these cards coming through. Let's put them there for a moment. What comes from this? Seeing this, and this. Okay, we have the Six of Swords. So we see you really, really moving on. What's really interesting, I think you regain your focus of the future. You can start to look ahead rather than continually looking back. I think your vision of the future changes. Interesting. Seven of Swords. I think you can literally gather yourself, almost. And I would also say people who have done you wrong. I think you can, look at this, we have the Seven of Swords followed by the Six of Pentacles. I think you can be of generous mind. I think you are able to be generous in terms of their behaviour. It doesn't mean you accept something that's unacceptable, but I think you are compassionate about it. I think, pretty forgiving, actually, with the Four of Cups followed by the Emperor. Oops, my jumper is getting in the way of the cards and knocking them. Oh, look at this. This is so beautiful. We have the Emperor and the Empress. Wow. And we have the Page of Wands. This is delightful. So, what's going to come from this after this? I do think that you will find yourself feeling generous of spirit. I think because you are very much in tune with universal law, with the stuff of the stars, where you came from, with being a being of light. I think you recognize people's limitations here with the Four of Cups here. I think you recognize that people behave badly sometimes. I think you recognize that people have, but you recognize they behave badly because of their limitations. And I think you are able to be generous of spirit. It doesn't mean that what people have done is acceptable, but you are very much choosing to not be held back by this anymore. You are choosing a very different future for yourself. You have the Emperor and the Empress. You could not have a more powerful couple. The Empress is about abundance, fertility. The Emperor is absolutely at the top of his game. He has fantastic boundaries. And with the Page of Wands, you are looking ahead to a very different future. What's interesting is I think you actually know it. It isn't just a figment or a dream or something that you kind of would love to manifest, but you kind of don't quite believe it will happen. I think you actually know through and through that you can now manifest the future you desire. And as such, you can therefore, I almost want to say feel sorry for. I don't mean in a patronising way, feel sorry for those that are just not there yet. But I think there is a real recognition, actually, you don't need to deliver any retribution to anybody. You are simply leading by example. And, people are bound by their own limitations and the world will deliver to them what they are putting into it. It's not your problem anymore. That's really coming through here. And I think there is such a calm presence of mind and of being here. It feels like a remarkable transformation, actually, is what I feel for you, my lovely pile ones. Blessings to you. And this actually feels like a really, really lovely reading. So, I hope if this is resonating, it is helpful for you to almost like be affirmed in where you are. My beautiful souls, this is your reading, and thank you for being here. Thank you so much for checking out the Moon Magic Tarot channel. Thank you if you're returning. Don't forget to subscribe and press the little bell icon if you want to make sure you never miss a reading. I really do thank you for subscribing and sharing the channel with friends, family, whoever you share these things with. It really is of great benefit to the channel. It really helps to support me to keep putting free stuff into the world. And thank you all of you from my email list and through Patreon and the Moon Magic membership who are now signing up to my tarot course, which is now open. So thank you. If you're in any of those areas, you'll know about this. That's where I kind of let people know about these extras. Beautiful souls, tons and tons of love. Thank you so much for being here. It is such an honor to be connected with you all. Tons of love. Pile 2, welcome to your reading. 3 runes: Rado, the rune of journey; Tewaz, the rune of the spiritual warrior; Manaz, the rune of the self. Wow. Atlantis, healing wisdom is surfacing. Stop and listen. Okay, now we are asking for an immediate message from Spirit for you. And also we will perhaps check out the week ahead. We usually do that in these readings on Sundays. They are, of course, timeless. Let us see what else we're shown. Let's look at your oracle cards first. My lovely ones, my beautiful pile 2. I'm seeing this one. Let us see what we are shown. Those runes really have an energy of movement about them, actually, as do the dolphins. I do feel something is fluid. Either fluid, or it's changeable, or it's moving forwards. We have Star Brothers, Horus Energy, Protection, Loyalty, Safety, Trust. We have Breath of the Cosmos. This came out in pile 1. If you were drawn to pile 1, beautiful souls, there may well be a message there for you. I would strongly advise checking it out. Breath of the Cosmos, My Will to Thy Will, Micromanaging the Universe. We then have Someone New is Coming. An important new relationship is on the horizon. Open your mind and heart so that happiness can enter your life. Embrace this magical moment. You are in the perfect energetic space for manifesting miracles. Allow your wishes to be fulfilled. We have protection. The fairies of protection are shielding you with a magical fairy ring of love and light. Practice psychic protection before embarking upon any spiritual work. And precious time. The fairy of time wants you to experience every moment fully and to make the most of your precious time. Be mindful not to waste others' time either. How interesting. Okay, I'm going to put those down here, I think. Time, divine timing. Now, beautiful souls, I need to say that I do actually think this is some kind of a relationship reading. Now, if that is not resonating with you, it may be that this is not the right reading for you. Now, for some of you, it could be love. For some of you, this is literally a twin flame. It's the person you've been looking for. It's the person who will mirror you. But for others, this could be a business partnership. It could be, a friendship. But I am absolutely seeing, most definitely, someone who you have connected with before, a star brother or a star sister. So this is someone who comes from, I would venture to say, we are all made of the stuff of stars, but as a consciousness, I think that you are someone, I think you probably know, you've always often felt a little bit different, and you may even as a child and in the dream time, and even now in the dream time, I'm sure, often venture into other universes. Now, I feel, indeed, you may even have dwelled in Atlantis. But I think that you know that you carry a certain consciousness that comes from maybe a particular star constellation or from Atlantis. You are a being of light. You've known this a long time, I believe. I don't think this is new to you, and you'll have experienced it in many ways. I think you are about to meet someone who is of the same resonance. Now, whether they come into your world to work with you, or to play with you, or to love with you, to laugh with you, however that arrives, I think they are here, and they are here because it is time for you to journey together. They carry the same essence, the same sort of energy of the spiritual warrior. They are here with purpose. You've probably agreed to come together at this time. Embrace this magical moment. Now, if there is any reticence in you, any fear within your humanness, that is it going to be safe to open yourself up to work with this person, to be with this person, to connect with them, to love with them, I think that you will. You're being protected. That's the message here, first and foremost. So I think your most immediate message is to do with a new person coming in, a new relationship, and that this is divine timing, and that you are coming together to journey together with purpose. They may well be here to really have your back, actually to support you in some aspect of your journey, and you to support them. It will be a mutual thing. I don't see anything not in balance here. But you are being protected. And also, I want to say, with the precious time, I think there is an energy around you where I think you know that time is precious. I mean, time, as far as I can see right now, is quite genuinely speeding up. Now, that may seem a strange statement to make, but at the time of doing this reading, these are timeless readings, so you can come to this at any time. But at the time of doing this reading, it's noticeable to me that time is speeding up. We are... astrologically, we're moving where most of the outer planets, the big outer planets that influence us globally, they're moving from earth and water signs into fire and air signs. Fire and air is much faster. It's a much faster energy. And so we are seeing a shift in the way that time moves from our human perspective. Obviously, time is timeless. just as these readings are timeless, time is timeless. There is no such thing as time and space when you move into the realm of pure light, of you being a light being. But you are a light being having a human experience. And I think that you are conscious of precious time. And I think you have some very precious time to spend and to journey with this particular light being also having a human experience. You come from the same consciousness, and you're coming together right now. And how amazing, how this feels like a miracle. It's a real magical moment. If they're not with you already, then they soon will be. Let us draw your tarot cards, see what else we're shown, and we'll also kind of look at the actual week ahead. First of all, the Queen of Cups. This is a card of happiness and emotional fulfillment. So I feel this is really stating, that this is going to be a very emotionally fulfilled human experience. Okay, I'm going to take all of those and those as well. Let us look and see how the week might pan out. What else we're shown here for you? King of Pentacles and the Empress. Gosh, wow. We have the Knight of Wands. We have the Knight of Cups. My goodness me, look at all these court cards coming up. We have the King of Swords. I mean, goodness me. Queen, King, the Empress, Knight, King. Then we have the Ace of Wands, which I think I will put up here. I know the sleeves of my jumper keep knocking the cards, so I'm going to put these up here carefully. We have the Hierophant and we have the Page of Cups. Okay, this is really beautiful. Okay, fantastic. Right. This is absolutely, the energy of this person is present and around you right now. So if they haven't yet manifested, I would venture to say you could even meet them this week, but it's really, really imminent. When you meet them, I think this will move forwards really, really very quickly. I think in a very decisive kind of way. I think you will both know that this feels right. You will both know that you want to move this forwards with absolute certainty. There'll be real clarity. Now, we have an aeroplane here, and we have the rune of Rado, journey. So if any of you are planning a trip, if you're going on holiday or you're going on a business trip or something like that, you may actually find that that is where you meet them. You could meet them on the plane. You could end up sitting next to somebody. Or they could even live overseas. There could be a long distance connection. But you will absolutely know the moment you connect that this is right. And you will both want to move this forwards with such clarity. When you just, one of those sort of, you just know you want to connect with this person, you want to work with them, or you want to live with them, love with them, be with them. You just know it. There's a kind of a sense of feeling like you have come home to yourself in some way with this. I think it's why the anchor is in this sacred circular sign. It's like, this would be like the place you want to put down your anchor, like your ship has come home. You have come home to your harbour, and vice versa. It's both ways. It will feel like an absolute gift, I think, with the Page of Cups. And the Hierophant often indicates an immediate commitment. It's like a marriage. Ace of Wands, you just know through and through with an absolute passion. There's like no doubt in your mind with the King of Swords. I think this is amazing. Absolutely amazing. If this isn't around you already, it is absolutely imminent. The energy at the time of you finding this reading, it is absolutely imminent. What really makes it so utterly magical is because you come from the same consciousness. This is the stuff of stars. This is the stuff of Atlantis. This is a different consciousness, and you just know it. You absolutely know it. It's precious. I think you will feel both protective and protected somehow. Let's just see if any further information comes through for the coming week for you. Can we have any further guidance about the coming week? No, that doesn't feel right. Can we have any further guidance about the coming week, please? I think those are our cards. Here we go. We have, interesting, this came out in pile 1. We have the 3 of Swords. We have the Justice card. We have the Knight of Wands showing up again. We have the Page of Cups showing up again. We have the 9 of Pentacles. And we have the 5 of Cups. How interesting that we have all of this amazingness. And then it's kind of contained by the 3 of Swords and the 5 of Pentacles. I feel the containment of this is because this can now be put down. I think possibly you have searched to meet someone with whom you could really resonate. And I think you've experienced disappointments. What this is also saying to me, it's a very specific message, putting my therapy hat on again, which I seem to be doing quite a lot lately actually in the readings. If you have, after a long period of either being alone or having difficult relationships that haven't worked, when you meet someone and it feels really, really right, on the one hand, you are going to feel overwhelmed with joy. On the other hand, what tends to also happen, it's just an emotional thing, is that the disappointments of the past surface. It's because you... It's not exactly a grieving process, but I feel that it's like a reminder of how good something can be. And I think there is a process that you are going to experience of, it's not wasted time, but it's like, let's say you are, I'm going to choose a random age. Let's say you are 40 or 50 or 60 or 70. And all your life you'd hoped to meet this person, for it to feel like this, and now it does. But there's a kind of a sense of what's gone before, of precious time, and almost like, wow, finally, this is it. This is, it's like you can put down your anchor. It feels amazing. But there's also a sense of you feeling like, gosh, if only we had met years before. Which is really natural, because if you are 40, 50, 60, 70, at any stage, we can think, gosh, all that time has gone. It was so precious, and we could have had all of that. And your reading is really acknowledging this as being a part of the processing of the arrival of this really amazing and magical thing. It's really normal to feel that way. And the purpose of it is actually to heighten your awareness of how precious time is now, and for you to seize the moment and embrace what you have now and ongoing. For you to be fluid and flow with this. Literally, to jump on board and commit to the journey, because every moment is sacred and precious, and time actually is starting to speed up. So given the privilege of being a light being in having a human experience, it may not always have felt privileged because you've had some tough calls, but for this next chapter of your world, this can be really, really fabulous in a shared way, whether it is a working alliance or indeed an intimate partnership. And this is actually serving to remind you not to dwell on the past in a melancholy way, but to recognize that when you look back, it isn't to make you feel sad, it is to make you treasure and value what you have now. That is the purpose of it. It's kind of like loss. I'm really reminded, very strong presence actually sitting with me right now here as I'm doing this reading of somebody, a dear friend who I lost. And something she really taught me, she walks alongside me on a very regular basis. She shows up when I'm reading. She was one of the people when she passed over who really encouraged me to read. I really would hear her speaking to me when I first started. I've been reading for years and years, but to read here on YouTube. And I remember her saying, go on, have some fun, go for it, And what she taught me and the messages that come through continually from her are to celebrate her life means to celebrate life, not to dwell on the negative, but to celebrate every single day, every moment of every day, and to the absolute fullest. And in doing so, I therefore celebrate her, and I also celebrate the life that she no longer has. And it's a really powerful message, but I'm very conscious of her being present with me here. And in fact, several other people, just literally seeing them arrive around me. And indeed, now I'm beginning to see many. So these will be people on the other side who are communicating and walking with you, as well as people that I know who are walking with me. So this is a part of your message. I think as far as the week ahead goes, it's very much this essence of energy is to not to dwell and to jump on board with life and to flow with life. I think if this isn't around you, this person isn't around you, they very, very soon will be. So really, really hold that space of absolutely treasuring every minute whilst opening yourself to receive this person as they arrive and as you meet, however that comes. But as I said, it could involve travel. There is that potential here as well. Pile 2, this is your reading, remarkable reading. Beautiful souls, I am sending you so much love. Thank you for being here. Thank you for checking out the readings. Thank you for returning. Thank you so much, all of you who subscribe and let people know about the channel. These things really help me to continue to put free readings into the world. Tons of love to you all. Don't forget to subscribe and press the little bell icon as well if you want to make sure you never miss a reading. Thank you all of you who have been responding to my tarot training. If you're on my email list or in Patreon or on the YouTube, in the YouTube membership area, that's where I post about the extra things that I do in that way. Beautiful souls, thank you all just for being here. Tons of love. Pile 3, welcome to your reading. You have Pegasus, the winged horse. You have Cat, speak your truth. Have strength, faith, and conviction in your voice. It has never been more needed. Isn't that interesting? We have the rune of Perth. Perth is like a rune of initiation or a rite of passage. Very interesting. Awaz. Awaz speaks of patience as well as sort of, I always think boundaries come into play as well around Awaz, the energy of Awaz. Let's see what your tarot cards are saying. I think you are needing to, or there is a message for you to step up in some way, kind of to be seen, step into your own power. What else are we seeing here? I'm going with these again, interesting. 3 and 3. And we have that one. Or is it 1 or is it 2? It's 2. Cool. Let's have a look at your oracle cards. What are we being shown here? We have, so deep cellular healing. Okay. Arcturus energy, physical and emotional healing, lost lands, soul memories and gifts. You've done this before. Child of the cosmos, the intelligence of the universe lies within you. I think you are here to be a healer. Actually, I think it's why you've come here. There's something about your purpose and calling, right? You will manifest what you need. Express gratitude as if your plans have already come to pass. Trust that your angels are bringing you the assistance you need. We have make a decision. Are you choosing to prioritize yourself or another in this situation? Accept divine guidance, pointing you towards your own joy. You deserve it. Don't settle for less. That's very interesting. Speak your truth. And then we also have shine from within. Yes, looks are only skin deep. True beauty shines from within, and it's time for you to shine. Yeah, absolutely, to fly. This is a time for self-acceptance and for revealing your true beauty, having your voice. Wisdom. Have you ever been told that you are wise beyond your years? Now is the time to call upon your inner fairy wisdom to help you with a challenge. Okay, the intelligence of the universe lies within you. This is fascinating. I'm going to move these along here and just look at these oracle cards, and then we'll draw your tarot cards as well. Speak your truth. This is asking you to be you, 100%. Don't settle for less. There's something that is not to be compromised on here. Every single one of the readings this week, and I will voice it, I don't tend to mix the readings because I don't wish to. I mean, each reading is absolutely there in its own right, but all of them are acknowledging that you are a being of light, having a human experience. Every single reading this week has in some way connected to this. And I think that there is a situation around you where you are potentially feeling as though you could be compromised or being called to compromise, and this is really literally is about stepping up and not settling for less. Shine from within. If somebody is trying to get you to, I don't know, I almost want to say limit your horizons, then do the opposite. Don't limit your horizons, do the opposite. Everything you need is coming in for you, the assistance you need. This is about you rising, and it's very, very specific to you. This is almost like your personal, individual journey. You're rising. There's something going on around you, and you are destined to rise, literally to rise and to shine, to fly. I think you have either a message to bring to the world, or there is something you really desire, and you should not be settling for less. This is literally a time when your first message is so clear, which is don't settle for less, don't compromise. And I don't mean compromise as in don't be unreasonable. We should always be reasonable, and we should always consider all perspectives and all sides of the story. But this is a time when what I mean by compromise is it's like the difference between, I don't know, let's say you were in a relationship with somebody. Compromise would be, what should we have for dinner? You fancy pizza and they fancy a curry. Well, actually that's perfectly okay to compromise on. But you would not be compromising on your core values, the very essence of who you are, or stepping up in the world. And someone says, "Oh, I don't really want you to do that. You should be compromising." Like you get offered a promotion and it's a job of a lifetime, and someone says, "Oh, I'd rather you didn't do that because we're very happy as we are." Actually, this is a job of a lifetime. It's part of your calling, and you really want it. You shouldn't be limiting your horizons. That's not a healthy compromise. Pizza or a curry, healthy compromise, but limiting something of who you are, the essence of who you are, having a voice, stepping up into your fullest potential, that is an unhealthy compromise. This is about really, really stepping up. Choosing what is right for you. Let's get more information about this scenario or this circumstance around you. My lovely pile 3, let's find out what this is about. Your message is clear. Okay, so we have the card of the Empress. What is this about? And we have the 3 of Cups. Okay. So this could be something that you have been nurturing, manifesting. It's at a point of celebration. This is very interesting. With the Three of Cups, it literally, it's reached something you're doing or building or growing has reached a turning point of celebration. So it's reached a point where it's doing well, and now it's time to take it to the next level, whatever that means for you. Actually, it is time for you to take it to the next level. Don't step down, step up. Don't accept that this is as good as it gets. This is time to take it to the next level. So if anyone does anything, says anything, tries to limit you, then it's absolutely, they'll be fueling their own agenda. This is a time for you to take something, to move it along. It's already part of your life. This isn't new. You've either been working with it, nurturing it, bringing it on, looking after it, building it, growing it more than building. Yeah, now time to take it to the next level. Don't hold back. We have the Emperor. How interesting. You've got the Empress and the Emperor. Wow. And you have the High Priestess. The timing is impeccable for you. Step up. Don't step down. Whatever this means for you, whatever this is, it's time to take it. Literally, take it to the next level. This is your primary and immediate message. Step up, not down. Don't compromise. Don't settle for less. Dream big, not small. I think you have patiently worked at something, and with the rune of Perth, this rune of initiation, this is the point when it can emerge. This is divine timing with the High Priestess. You're meant to be doing this. You're meant to be taking this forwards. It's absolutely right for you right now. You have wisdom to share. You have something to bring forth. And your message could not be clearer. It could not be clearer. Let's find out about the week ahead. Let's look at the details of the week that's coming. May we get information and details for my pile 3. I'm going to take those about the week ahead, please. May we please kindly have information about the week ahead. That looks like too many, but it's those, I think. Okay, let's check these out for you. Yeah, don't stop. Take it to the next level. Get to it. Okay, you have Page of Cups. So we are seeing like a point of celebration. All my sleeves up. I've said this in every reading. My sleeves keep knocking the cards. I've got a beautiful jumper on. It's really nice, but it actually does need to be rolled up and moved out the way, interestingly, so I can continue with something of that, really. Yeah, anything that's needed to be moved out of the way, move it out of the way. Page of Cups. You're actually in a space of real opportunity here. Yeah, look at this. We have the Four of Wands, which is a card of commitment, of celebration. We have the Knight of Cups moving. So we've got Page and Knight. We've got a really lovely progression here. This is something that you can really enjoy. It's emotionally fulfilling. It's also, I think, financially fulfilling. If this is connected in any way to a relationship, we have the Empress and the Emperor. After all, we have a couple. Then this is time to, to take it forwards. It's time to take it to the next level. Particularly with the Ten of Pentacles, this is sort of happy families. This is interesting because there's something of a leaving something behind here with the Eight of Cups. We have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. There we go. So we've got the Nine of Pentacles. We have the Hermit. We have the Two of Wands. We then have the Seven of... Oh, this is very interesting. We have the Seven of Swords and the Eight of Swords. Okay. Right, my beautiful souls. This is very, very interesting for the week ahead. I kind of want to say definitely rise up, move something forwards. However, you may not necessarily be doing it publicly. It's very interesting, even though this cat is looking very seen. Shine from within, wisdom. I do actually feel there is an element of you stepping up that is, there will be some decisions and choices that you need to make either thoughtfully, tactfully. I think whatever you're moving forwards has the most phenomenal potential. I'm seeing you with the world in your hands. Whether this is a project, a connection with someone, and huge potential for success. In fact, I think what I'm seeing you is move something forwards. It's kind of like if you make a commitment to the next step forward, I think you're going to see quite immediate results. But I wouldn't be sharing those results publicly, interestingly enough. I think there are certain things when something starts to grow and you choose to step up, I think there are certain things that it is better to, let's say you launch something, obviously if it goes viral it's going to be seen, but there's something about moving something forwards and doing so in a way that is, it's like quiet success. That's what I want to say. Quiet success. Shine from within. It's a very interesting week for you because it feels like a very successful, potentially productive week, very fulfilling. We're seeing progression of something. It's you choosing to make a commitment. It's like, wow, this is actually happening. I'm going to do it. Actually, I really want to be with this person. I'm moving it to the next level. But for some reason, you are thoughtful around how this is either announced or how it's viewed by people. Let's get some more cards around this. What is this around? What is this about, please? Woo. Okay, your cards are flying out. Okay, so we have the Ace of Pentacles. Okay, and we have the Seven of Cups. And excuse me. And then we have the Two of Wands showing up again. Right, okay. I think you do actually, for many of you, I did say, it's possible that this is connected to a relationship with the Empress and the Emperor, but it's not definitively a relationship reading in it by any means. Whatever you are, have nurtured, brought forth. For most of you, this is something that you have invested in. Right, take it to the next level. I think resources are coming to you. There's a level of success that is coming with this stage of development, and that level of success is now it's now worth your while taking your time to think about how you want to move it forwards. This is definitely a step up, don't step down. This is definitely a move it forwards, take it to the next level. But it's also think about how you do this. And I kind of almost want to say, as your week progresses, you will see the success. And I think there will be potentially, it would be an appropriate time to actually both celebrate everything that's come to you, but also to then review, really evaluate your plans. Because if you do something and it suddenly does really well, it's actually very, very important to take stock. Got the energy of the emperor here above the High Priestess, to stop and take stock and evaluate and think about how you now want to move it forwards. Because if you were building something and suddenly it takes off, you're going to need to work out how to handle a different level of success. And if you just rush with it, then kind of mistakes could be made. So I think this is really advising, have strength, have faith and conviction in what you're doing. Your voice has never been more needed. So for many of you, this is about doing something where you speak, or you actively help people to heal. There's a project or something that is coming to fruition, or is coming to a stage of development. The world is in your hands. But the next stage, literally, this is sort of like immediately this week, as the success rolls in, because it's quite life-changing. As the success rolls in, and you really are able to sit in that place of, wow, I've got, I'm doing okay here. Now think about how you're going to move it forwards. What will you do with that success? And it requires planning, I think, here. Don't be daunted by it either, because that could also happen. I think you suddenly get a level of success and you go, whoa, can I really handle this? Yes, you can. Everything here is saying, yes, you can handle this. Don't step down, step up. May we seek any further guidance about the sort of element of evaluation, please, here for my pile 3. The Chariot. Okay, this is suggesting things will continue to grow, and possibly quite quickly. So, yeah, again, look at this. 7 of Pentacles. Think about, stop and evaluate how you're going to invest. The 7s are cards of choice. Think about how you're going to invest your hard-earned cash, as it were, your success. And what do we have here? 3 of Cups, and we have 3 of Cups again. Consider that what you are doing, having reached one, you see, I think this is going to reach a stage of success. I think it will very quickly reach another stage of success. Actually, the advice in your reading is very clear. Think of your success and the growth of this as coming in stages. Get to this stage, then get to and celebrate the success and evaluate. Get to the next stage, celebrate your success and evaluate. And at each stage, I think you can evaluate and sort of then move forwards. This is sort of almost like forward planning. Every single time, I think the next level of success will come quite quickly with the Chariot. So yeah, just enjoy your success is what I want to say. You have something really valuable to bring. It's why you came here. It feels like there's an essence and an energy of your calling. Shine from within. Anything within either you or externally that says, oh, just let's just settle for where it is. Don't settle for where it is. Move it on to the next level at every step of the way, because I think this has phenomenal promise. And it's not just about personal gain for you. It's phenomenal promise in terms of what it is taking into the world at a time when it has never been more needed. Pile 3, this is your reading. If this is resonating with you, don't forget to subscribe and press the little bell icon to make sure you never miss a reading. Thank you so much for being here. Thank you all of you who are subscribed. It really, really does help to, it helps to support the channel, and it helps me to continue to put free readings into the world. Thank you to all of you who also share and let people know about the channel. Thank you so, so much, all of you, for being here. Pile 3, I wish you an amazing week. I think this is going to be exciting, actually. Exciting and invigorating, and yes, even, yeah, I don't know how better to say it. Those are the right kind of words, I think. Exciting and invigorating. So have an amazing week, and yeah, keep us posted if it feels appropriate in the comments. It's always really good to hear what's happening in your worlds. And also, just a final thank you to all of you who are connected to me through Patreon or through my Moon Magic membership area, because your donations really do also add that extra assistance, particularly for my free online library. And if you're connected with me there or through my email list, thank you to all of you who are also supporting my new tarot training. Tons of love to you all, and I look forward to seeing you again for some other readings really soon.